have peanut butter without jelly. You couldn't have R2 without C-3PO. Martin couldn't do anything without Lewis. And, of course, Johnny couldn't do anything without McMahon. Restani can't do anything without my next guest, the one and the only, the living legend himself, Colonel Bull Montana.
How you doing, TC?
How you doing there, Colonel? You got a little step for you there. Grab a seat there. All right, Colonel Montana, he made it into the chair, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Colonel, this is going back down memory lane. You were, in fact, my very first guest on our very first episode 4 years ago in this community. I've known you for long longer than I want to even lay claim to. So what have you been up to?
Well, TC, as you know, I was one of the coaches at Don Savio High School, which is a championship high school that just closed. Right now,
the championship high school that just closed. So
championship hockey team that just closed. I work down at Revere Beach. I've seen a couple of people come up there to meet April, what's up? And I also work at a skating rink in Everett, Massachusetts right now.
You are a cornucopia of talent, my friend. But moving down, you have done some amazing things, not only on this program, but in your real life, when the cameras are shut off. Now, talk about some of the legendary things you've done and some of the legendary musicians that you used to pal around with.
Well, I used to work at the Club Channel, which not there no more.
Kind of like the school, right?
Right. It was a rock and roll club where Greg Allman played. A lot of the
big time musicians.
Musicians, when they come up, they would play at the club. I was hanging around with James Brown.
Which I have seen. That's, ladies and gentlemen, before he passed away, you were very close friends.
James Brown.
James Brown and Roy Orbison.
Yes. I hanged around with the Cars, the Tears, the Fools.
Can you give us a little rendition of the Roy Orbison? Can you sing Pretty Woman for us?
Pretty woman walking down the street, pretty woman.
That's unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Now, one of the questions I get asked a lot about you, Montana, is how did you become a colonel?
Well, it's a long story. I was a National Guard, was stationed in Melrose, Massachusetts. So
you became a colonel in the military because you were stationed in the National Guard in Melrose, Massachusetts?
No, I mean, I was, you know, everyone knows they're going to give you a name, so they come up with the colonel.
So basically, you're not really a colonel. It's just a nickname?
No, that's a nickname, TC.
So for years, you've been hoodwinking people, telling you have this big-time military background, and you just wanted to be called the colonel?
Right.
That's it?
No.
You are a living legend. All right, now cat's out of the bag. So you're not. What about all those benefit checks you're getting from the government? How are you getting those if you're not really a colonel?
What benefit checks?
Oh yeah, now he doesn't talk about it there. And the Purple Heart that you supposedly had and all that other stuff.
No, what Purple Heart, TC?
And Francis Ford Coppola really based the movie Patton on you. That was all lies. That was all lies, Colonel. I mean,
TC, you know, I was also in a movie part, if you remember, TC.
No, enlighten us. I don't remember this.
Yes, I was at a place down across the street from Harper Ferry, and they had an audition, and Steve Sweeney played Steve Sweeney, which is a comic, played the main character in a place. It was at the Cows.
Really? What did you do in this movie?
I was just like the stand-in.
You were an extra?
Yes.
Not a colonel, but you were an extra.
I was an extra.
Extra, read all about it?
Yep.
Now, Colonel, I understand that we have some unbelievable footage that you would like to talk about right here. What is your fondest memory, other than lying to the people for 4 years, that you not really have a military background, ladies and gentlemen? I apologize to that. But getting besides that, what's your favorite moment that has happened to you on this program? Well, now, before we go to that, Dr. McMurphy's favorite moment was seeing your head being dunked in water. Do you have any responses to that?
No.
You have no responses to that?
No.
Really? Why?
Well, TC, I got two perfect memories.
Oh, what do you like, Sabrina? You have two perfect memories?
Yes.
All right, yeah. She looks a lot better dressed than you do. That's why she gets two of them. All right. Well, here you are, the Colonel. All right, go ahead. Give us your two favorite memories of the program.
The first one, be going back, taking a train from Boston here. to the Greyhound station, take a Greyhound station to New York City.
You took the Greyhound station in New York City?
I mean, I took the Greyhound to the bus.
I know what you're saying there, buddy.
The bus depot in New York. Went to this place called the Westway Diner.
Of course, I knew food was getting involved in it somehow down the line.
And we get there at midnight. We get there about 5:30 in the morning. And we go to in the train station there where you get your bus ticket. We went to Jersey, and one of the best gentlemen I ever met, a good friend of mine, passed away. Was Paul DeMayo was a bodybuilder, and I mentioned Paul DeMayo to Lou Ferrigno, who was the Hulk, and Lou Ferrigno asked me, and Lou Ferrigno's deaf, and he was reading lips, and he asked me who I, and all that.
So Lou Ferrigno's deaf, and he was reading your lips.
Right. I met Lou Ferrigno, and we went to New York, and I met the Fly, Jeff Goldberg or something.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
That's right, yeah, he was the Fly. Yeah. He was also in Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
and one of the strangest human beings, present company excluded, that I have ever had the opportunity to meet. But the real
and
celebrity
I
you
get
met.
one more gentleman on there was Bart Saget. I met Bart Saget.
Oh, I'm not talking about Bob Saget, but Bob Saget is an unbelievable entertainer. But I'm talking about the real celebrity that you met down there. Who was it?
TC, you tell him.
It's your segment, but you want me to do it for you?
Yeah.
All right. You met none other than the other living legend himself, the hedgehog himself, Ron Jeremy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a round of applause to Ron Jeremy. Cheap plug for Ron Jeremy out there. Now, he came right up to you. He knew you.
No, I seen him in the lobby. I go, Mr. Jeremy, can I have your autograph? So he signed one.
So that's your first first fondest memory, meeting all those big-time celebrities.
And my main memory of the show is my birthday, which would be coming up in September. I'll be 51 years old.
You're plugging your birthday still on the program. I mentioned that earlier. I think it was Cousin Leo talking about how many birthday parties we've had on your show. We've only been on for 4 years. We think we have like 9 parties for you already.
TC, you know I'm the second oldest on the show, TC.
I'm sure. Who's the first oldest?
First oldest is Uncle Frank.
I'm sure he really likes being put in that category by you. You really know how to charm people, Bo.
Hey there, this is Sabrina Champagne King, and if you want to be on my show, just follow the contact information at the bottom of the screen. This is After Hours. We're never closed.